Hello everyone. Welcome to another learning session of Foundation of Programming at Codemode, where you learn by practice. Currently you are learning all about data, and in today's class we will learn about how to measure the data. In the previous class we learned about date and time data type, in which we learned that date and time is a valid data type which is used to store current date and time or any date and time in the past or future. Before I start, I request you to like this video and follow our channel by subscribing on YouTube, especially if you're watching this video on YouTube. You simply need to click subscribe button. Your likes and subscriptions motivate me to create more videos and courses. Let's begin. So far we have learned that smallest unit of measurement of data is a bit. A bit can hold two values, either 0 or 1. However, bit is too small to store anything significant. So we always use byte, which is nothing but 8 bits. Now using 8 bits, we have already seen that if you create a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, if you create in 8 blocks like this, a bit, assuming the lowest value one byte can store, is all are zeros, which will result in 0. But it is also possible that all these values are 1, which is the maximum possible values. And if you convert this binary value into a decimal value, you will get 255, because this will be 2 to the power 7 multiplied by 1 plus this will be 2 to the power 6 plus 1 and so on. If you add all together, it will come to 55. So a byte can store a value ranging from 0 to 255. That means total 256 possible values are stored in one byte. Now majority of the files you create on your computer will, even if you just open on a Windows notepad, if you just create a new text file without writing anything and save it, it will still take it in some bytes, because Windows is stored not only your actual data but also a lot of data about the data itself. So in real life, to practically to measure the data, we use the more bytes and what we refer as kilobytes. It is very similar to, as you can see, a bit is just 1, a bit is just 0 or 1, a byte is 8 bits, but then you start with kilobyte, which is 1000 bytes, or megabytes is 10 to the power 6, or 1000 to the power 2 bytes. It is very similar to what we have learned in our math class, the gram and kilogram. The 1000 is your kilo. So you can see here that a kilobyte is actually 1000 bytes. If you treat byte as gram, then 1000 gram is 1 kilogram. 1 kilogram. Now the other parts changes a little bit because it's a technology. We call it kilo, mega, giga, tera, peta, exa, and so on. I have listed only up to exbyte. You can Google, there are few more in the technology world. So, but the major difference here is if you say kilobyte is 1000 bytes. If you say megabyte is 1000 to the power 2. If you say gigabyte, 1000 to the power 3. Terabyte is 1000 to the power 4, and so on. The data increases. A typical file you create it in a Microsoft Word document, maybe few kilobytes. Typical sounds or video files or even images would be some in megabytes, and large video files are usually in the gigabytes. It is interesting to know that internet companies like Google and Facebook typically store hundreds of petabytes of data on their servers. And we'll learn a little bit more about what is server and all, but just to put the things in perspective, that's a lot of data. Now that's all in today's class. If you have any question, please feel free to post it in the community on our platform. That's my.codemode.us, and you would get an answer. Please take time to solve this quiz associated with this concept. It will not only make you practice, but also test your knowledge and understanding. I'll see you all in the next class. Keep learning.